Hello and a very warm welcome to Judo-im-Pott.de. Today's video will be my first and possibly only video in English language, because I want to address the community of the IJF YouTube, Facebook and Instagram channels. So my fellow subscribers, don't be afraid, I will continue my channel content in German language. In this video I will discuss the IJF webinar video about the fight between Alexander Witzazak of Germany and Alexios Natantzidis of Greece. Before we start, I have to make two little disclaimers. First, I do not own any rights of the shown footage. The only right I have, and which I claim, is the right of citation for educational purposes, because this is what I'm doing right now today. Second, because this is an educational video, I want nobody to feel offended by any means, so I decided to not show any account names from the commentary sections. So my explanations cannot be considered as a ad personam argument or something like that. Nevertheless, I think that everybody who discusses a topic in public has to accept that his opinion will be discussed also in public. Well, I think we shall start with the footage of the discussed situation in normal speed, so everybody can think of his or her own opinion. Of course, we see Witzazak in white and Natantzidis in blue. And one more time. And now you may stop the video for a second and think of your own decision. When you're ready, you can push play again and we will discuss different opinions. Before we continue, I want to share my thoughts on my first impression, which I expressed on the original IJF video. I wrote, first attack white with front uchimata. Blue falls on his knees. During this, white tries to throw continuously. Blue takes advantage, pushes hip through and counters when white was still standing. Clear score. White goes fast and controlled on his back. Ippon should be possible. Of course, Ippon should be possible does not mean that I would give it. Personally, on the mat I would have made a Waza-ari call because of the lack of speed and control in the end. But nevertheless, I think that Ippon could also be an accurate call in this situation. We had Ippon scores for less, in fact. As little reminder, the criteria of Ippon are speed and force, landing on the back, and skillful control until the end of the landing. One could think that as blue lost the control over white, the landing was already ended. So there is only the speed to discuss, which in my opinion was not fast enough. But this does not mean that someone else cannot have another opinion, him or herself. The following was the decision presented by IJF refereeing director Daniel Lascaux. Quote, score blue. After attack of white, blue continues immediately with his attack, therefore Waza-ari blue. Unfortunately, at the present time there was given no score, neither by the referee, neither by the commission. So there are people claiming that this is a faux pas from the educational perspective. Of course, such calls raise emotions, and the discussion then will be driven by emotional rather than rational thoughts. This commentary here shows what I mean. Quote, so after removing Koka and Yuko for the sake of simplification, now we remove also the control. I would have agreed if blue started Osakomi, but Waza-ari from the knees disappointed. Despite the open disappointment about the current competition rules, this one raises another problem. It seems that there is no definiteness about the transition from ne-waza to tashi-waza and what continuous action means. Such disappointment is also raised by this commentary here. Quote, based on other videos that have been appeared in this series, the answer makes zero sense. Big problem with that is continuous and what is or is not ne-waza. There's no longer any common sense to these decisions. So let's talk about the main thesis behind these both comments. First, what means Newaza? Only a position of uke with knees and elbows in contact with the tatami or kneeling is considered Newaza. Tori can stand up and throw. Anything in between is called neshise or tashise. This means that Tori can both do Newaza and Tashiwaza actions during these transition states. So, can a throw be executed from a Newaza position? No, but Tori can stand up and throw immediately against a kneeling uke or a uke in open turtle position. This is very clear. And what about our scene? Let's take a look. White attacks with front uchimata, blue falls down to his knees, and there is where our problem starts. We see here very clearly that white is trying to throw continuously. Blue has got a grip around the neck and around the wrist. White continuously pushes forward to throw with a Tashiwaza technique. During the same situation, blue stands up, brings his hip across and executes a koshiguruma. Notice the hip action. Remember, this is all continuous action. Both are willing to throw. Blue takes advantage of white's forward movement and throws immediately from a genuine standing position. He is not even on the ground technically. This is very nice judo without an interruption. Also note the 3 throwing stages. We have a break of balance, kuzushi, a change of position, tsukuri, and an execution, kake. Not very nice indeed, but they exist. Now let's take a look at another problem stated by some comments below the Facebook post. Some of them wanted to see a Waza-ari score for white for the front uchimata cabarelli style throw, or see the attack of blue as Kaishiwaza, which cannot use the mat to throw for scoring purposes. But did blue so? No, because he stands up. If he had done the technique kneeling down or with a break between the attempt of white and his technique, or if we want to see white's attempt as Newaza turnover attempt, which we cannot in this case according to the rules, then we had to think about Newaza. But again, this is here not the case. So what about Waza-ari for white in the first place? So let's take a closer look at the first attempt of white. White attacks with front uchimata, cabarelli style, such thing, and manages to lift up blue. Then blue takes a step forward and defends with his hand. Even before blue is on the ground, white turns in and tries to turn him over. The left arm of blue is pushed inwards, but his knees aren't even on the ground. So all in all, we have an 8-minute video to show that the IJF opinion is the right one according to the rules. Shocking. But which is my personal opinion on the current rule set? This is content for another video, but I have an urgent request to the community. Please don't mix up your personal desperation about the rules and the decisions made in individual competition situations. As every time, take care and see you Monday.